Hey guys, welcome back to some spiritual lessons. Today, I'm talking about why all competition is pointless. You might have seen me post this quote a few times over the last few years on my social media, and you might be wondering, what does that even mean? Well, firstly, I did explain, so you should know what it means. But let me go deeper in video, because in text, there's only so much I can say without writing like a book. So here's what I want to share. For those of you coming across this for the first time and you don't understand what I mean by all competition is pointless, let me just start there. Once you get deeper into spirituality, the history of the world, metaphysics, the other realms, spirit guides, Sumerians, Mesopotamia, Zoroastrianism, which is the faith I was born into, Hinduism, Buddhism, whatever, Christianity, all these things. But I must say that in some of the faiths, like Christianity, I'm referring not to what everybody on Sunday tells you necessarily, unless they're being accurate. But I am talking about, and I guess this applies to all faiths actually, but I am talking about what their prophets were trying to say, right? So maybe what like Jesus was trying to say if there was such a man and he lived. And so on. I'm not going to get into the deep trenches of whether Jesus existed and all that stuff right now. But there's enough scientific and spiritual evidence. In fact, these two fields are the same if you go deeper and you realize, oh, we're just viewing it through the lens of clouds and fairies and whatnot. I won't go into that either today, but here's what I do want to share with you guys. I believe competition was put on this earth to divide people. Or, even if it wasn't put there to divide people, it is one of our human sort of traits of competition and aggression and selfishness, to which splits people apart. And so when people say, oh, unite through competition, there's no such thing. Unless, of course, you're telling me that the person and the human is so down in the dumps in their life, and maybe they were shoved into a prison. I personally don't believe people should be in prisons, but what I mean is that people who are coming out of prison, they really don't know what to do with their life, right? Then you pick up somebody who is stranded at sea for 30 years, doesn't know what to do with their life. Then you pick somebody who's lived in a forest for 20 years and goes, oh my God, my mom lost me when I was a kid. I panicked and I've lived in the forest since. Okay. You meet all these, you put all these people in a group and they go, we don't know what to do with our life. And now you go, play a game of soccer or bond together. Okay, that's different. But for those of us who live in the city, we understand things. We're fortunate. We are living nice lives. Now you say, you're doing nothing today. Let's bond through competition. Yeah, that's a kind of bonding where you're coming together, but not really, because it's division. So competition and sports are all division. Because what's the end game for competition? It's not like you play, you go home without counting anything. The moment you start counting, it changes from play to division. And this is a very important topic. You might be wondering, okay, big fucking deal. Why are you sharing about it? Because one of the aims for me in this lifetime is to sort of unite people, and the notion of unity and the fact that we're one human race. I will not go into the origins of the human race, but that we're one human race, and currently we're doing utter bullshit on the planet. So I'm talking about currently, right? So even if you do that whole thing about, oh, let's not talk about goals, let's live in the moment. Yeah, in the moment we're doing utter shit right now, okay, to each other. That needs to stop. So for that to stop, we need to stop dividing ourselves. Now, a sport systematically trains you to divide yourself from other humans. I'm better, they're not better. Or I suck, they're better. Both are division, right? At the end of a race or a championship or a match or something, if somebody gets the first prize and you get the second, that is, forget about symbolic, that is us telling each other point blank on the face, I'm better than you. This person's better than you. A kid could tell you that that is division. You don't need some big scientific discovery with like 18 books to be vetted by the World Health Organization, tell you, oh yeah, it's proven. Fuck you. Like, use your brains. Okay, a 6-year-old could tell you that is division. If it's not division, everybody would be first, right? Or we'd give out no counting, no medals, no places, none of that at all. It would just be like, I can kick a ball this way, you can kick a ball that way. Wonderful, wonderful, let's go home. Right? We would observe the trajectory of the ball flying through and curling into the back of the net and teach each other how to do it. And revel in the discovery and the joy, which is metaphysical and scientific and geometrical and astrological, and I forget all the other ickle words that you could come out with from physics, that will be marveling at the science and the way that fluids move on this planet. That would be unity through sport. But if the sport is for somebody to end up first or second, the sport is for you to kill a bull while the bull is running around an arena going, what the fuck's going on here? Plainly put, if you're doing the bull thing, you're indulging in fucking scumbaggery. So stop that. If we're doing, okay, no, I'm not killing any bulls. I'm just kicking balls around, training all year, so I'm like the best ball kicker on earth. And, I lead my team to the American College Championship in football. I mean, is somebody going to come second if you come first? If they are, then you're basically saying, I'm worth more than you are. I'm more worthy. Because guess what happens to the person who does not come first? Have you ever not come first in a race? How do you feel? Do you feel as good as if you were first? Or are your feelings directly tied to first, second, third, or unranked? I've been in sports my whole life. First, because my parents didn't allow me to in primary school when the national rugby coach said you would be great. The swimming people were like, you would be great. I and another friend, and the friend took the lead on that. Basically, we started cricket in Singapore in primary school. So shout out to Siddharth Dev because he taught me what that was. And after we started it, and the PE teacher was like, now it's an official sport. Would you like to be in the team or play? And my dad's like, nope, you got to study for a board exam. So I've been in my life in sports all the way. Then I rebelled against all that bullshit from my dad. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to be in sports. I almost joined the national team in canoeing as a goal. I was at the tryouts and so on. And practicing daily at 5 a.m. on a pitch black Macrochi reservoir. Nobody knows about this story. I'm telling you guys for the first time. It was probably not even allowed by the school at that point. Yeah, pitch dark. I could have drowned it there. So I've realized over time that all that is BS. So if now you're exercising to get a hot body, great, do that. If now you're exercising to feel good, great, do that. If now you're exercising to do both, do that. If you're doing that to find your best, your mate on earth, do that. You're like, oh my God, if I look so hot, I'm going to find this amazingly hot man too, because hot people like hot people. Okay, great, do that. But if you're exercising to be like, I'm first, I'm in this competition, yes, I'm the world champion. If you need that kind of validation by winning against others, then you do realize that you're participating in something that is causing other humans to feel not as good. So then, just like if you were not first, you would feel not as good. So there's this quote from this book I read, Conversations with God. And those of you who are watching on YouTube, I will put the link in the description. And for everybody else, you should be able to find the link on my Linktree in a few days or weeks, depending on when I put it there. Where every question that humans ever wanted answered, it's all answered inside there. You just have to read that book from cover to cover. And if you can't read that book from cover to cover, don't go around talking to us, those of us who have read it, and go, can you prove la 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 la? You can't prove, so it must not be true. Just go fucking read the book. Every answer is there. For everybody else, find it on Linktree. So it says in that book that no human wins when another loses. That's the only line you need. It explains everything. There's nothing more to explain after that. No human wins when another loses. As simple as that. So hopefully that message sinks in well for you guys. If you guys are in sports, congrats, as you're about to quit soon, because now you cannot unlearn what you've learned. So yeah, best of luck with that transition. It took me a while as well. I might even give up Magic the Gathering as a card game because it is competition after all. The goal is to bring your opponent's life total down. That's not the part I enjoy, obviously. I enjoy the spirituality, the cards, the art. It's almost like opening mini books each time, so I enjoy that. But yeah, eventually I might quit because of the competition thing and sell off all the cards. So take it easy. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're on YouTube, enjoy the videos popping up around my head right now. Stay tuned for more spirit lessons with me. ChatGPT is telling me to call this playlist on YouTube Spirit Lessons with Zephyr. I might. On the other two highlights like TikTok and Instagram, the highlight is called Spirit Lessons, so browse through and take it easy. Thank you for listening, and let's awaken the world together into more kindness, love, peace, and all the other high vibrations. Oh, and we're actually from outer space. Okay, take it easy. Bye.